I'm a Pennsylvania State Police trooper, a soldier of the law. To me is entrusted the honor of the force. I must serve honestly, faithfully, and if need be, lay down my life as others have done before me. I must serve honestly, without any consideration, class, color, creed, or condition. It is also my duty to be of service to anyone who may be in danger or distress, without consideration, class, color, creed, or condition. At all times, so conduct myself that the honor of the force may be upheld. Adrian asked me to speak a couple weeks ago today. My name is Meese. That's a code of honor I took a little over 24 years ago. So I want to talk a little bit about myself and how I got to this point. I apologize, hope I don't offend anybody today, but I graduated high school in 1981, Freedom High School down in Milton Township. 1981, after I graduated, I looked at the military, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, for diesel mechanics. The military was demilitarizing at the time. Nothing was going on in the country. It's a good thing. I decided to go to Nashville Diesel School for diesel mechanics. After that time, I've had several jobs, nothing actually lasting more than 2 years. 1986, I was 23 years old. It was the first time I took the test for the state police. I didn't qualify, didn't quite understand, but I moved on. 1988 was a dark year. I had a brother that was killed at a police shooting, state police shooting. He was an innocent bystander. I had an aunt pass away the same day. My father passed away 2 months later. 1992, I was 29. I was back at the community college in Northampton. The recruiter was downstairs. It's the last time I could take the test for the state police given my age. I was 29. You had to be in the academy before your 30th birthday. 15,000 applicants took the test. I was 5th in the state. Not in the academy. Second step is an oral interview. You go through the oral interview. If you had military experience, nobody told me at the time in high school, benefits to the military. I learned them as I went through life. But at that point, if you had military experience, you got bonus points. I did not. I fell back only to 15th in the list out of the state. Next, complete physical, do a physical agility test. I made the academy. Graduated the academy February 1993. Stationed at Swiftwater. I've been here my whole career. Nobody wants to stay at Swiftwater. I don't know why. It's the 3rd busiest station in the state. 2 years ago, it was the 2nd busiest station in the state. Maybe some people are just afraid to work, I don't know. But I made it my home and my career. I became a trooper, I wanted to help people. There's different ways of helping people. I could care less about writing a ticket, although sometimes writing tickets do help people. Speed limit is 55. I started writing tickets around 80. And you would not believe, on 33, it doesn't take 5 minutes to get somebody going 80 to 100 miles an hour. 24 years, there's a lot of stories I could tell, a lot to share. Some highlights: there was a mother on her way to her daughter's wedding. Husband and mother, or her husband, they pulled into the barracks. She was having a heart attack. There was another trooper, a PCO, communication officer, and myself. We did CPR. She survived. A year later, they reenacted the wedding at her residence, and we were invited. There was an elderly gentleman. Ended up he had Alzheimer's. He was on his way to Ohio to visit his daughter from New York. Left early in the morning. I encountered him around 8 o'clock at night, 4-lane 209, headed towards 80 East. He had run out of gas. He was also diabetic. He had not eaten since the morning. When I found him, he didn't know who he was. I asked him where he was going. He said to Ohio to visit his daughter. Obviously, he's on his way to New York. I asked him what time he left. He said in the morning. He was at the wrong place. He was driving in circles for some period of time. It was pretty obvious. He didn't know his phone number. I was able to obtain out of his wallet phone number for contact. Got some family members for him, got some medical attention for him, some food. and got him reunited with his family. There was an incident with an individual threatening to kill his brother, sister-in-law, and their young children from their trailer. As I'm arriving, they had a blacktop paving business. There was a truck, the paving. With that, I'm familiar where there's generally propane. He had a gas can. He struck a match. It didn't go off. I run over. He struck the second match. It lit. Tackled him to the ground. Neighbors came out, helped the fire out. Recently, there was an individual with a common name. He had an easy pass violation. He kept getting mailings that they wanted to suspend his license. So he came to me and asked for some help. I was able to look into it and find out his name is a common name. There was a license plate for the easy pass violation that was associated to it, and when I checked that, that was the same name. However, the two had a different middle initial. Ironically, both lived in Monroe County. Both had the same first and last name. And both had the same type of car, a Lexus. One was a little bit older than the other. When I contacted the Easy Pass, I could care less. It took me a little bit of while, but they started to realize then, when I explained to them, it's not the right person. So hopefully that works out for them. Most recently, this summer, there were two individuals. I'm the oldest one at the station. I have 9 months and about 24 days to retire. This summer, there was an individual that was wanted, two young troopers. He ran into the woods. They didn't go after him, but he was on the loose for about 4 hours. There were about 30 troopers, a helicopter, dogs looking for him. We broke off the search after a period of time. He popped out of the woods. He hit a 14-year-old in the side with a stick. 14-year-old's brother hit him in the head with a stick. He had a knife. We set up a perimeter again. I'm at the end of the perimeter. A call comes in. He just broke into a house. So I'm right there. I was the first one at that end. I went up, and another corporal went through their house. He was hiding in the woods. He popped up. He's holding an object, black and yellow handle. Stanley. It could be a hatchet. It could be a hammer. We know he had a knife. He ran. He didn't come towards me, but he ran. We have a tool, a taser. It's something that we should have had a long time ago. First time I've used it, and it worked flawlessly. About 2 weeks to the day at the same site, there was a young 18-year-old who had an armed carjacking in South Jersey, was at the site. We go down there. He ran through the woods. Again, two young troopers didn't go after him. Seasoned trooper goes to the rear, set up a perimeter, and I was able to catch him. So, in my career, I've done 5 chop shop investigations. The largest one, $40 million. One of the individuals, there were 3 that I arrested with that. One of the individuals I just talked to over the summer, and he thanked me for arresting him because I saved his life. In part, I do a vehicle fraud investigation, or most of my job, which entails driver's license investigations, new and used car dealers, inspection stations. So everybody, in helping people, everybody has purchased that's driving a car. Some have had issues with dealers, so able to help them out in inspection stations. Everybody else, there's a lot of good dealers out there and a lot of good inspection stations out there. But the bad ones, I help everybody else out, and they don't realize this. By closing those locations down, you get to drive a little bit safer, knowing that that car is not going to fail, come over and strike your vehicle. In part, I also inspect fatal vehicle accidents to the degree of just the mechanical issues of the vehicles. 3 highlights: the minister who killed his wife. I inspected the vehicle, and in part with the inspection of the vehicle, we were able to determine the vehicle crashed and that caused the death. Inspected the vehicle for a police officer in Escalhoning who recently, driving too fast, struck a vehicle, killed a passenger. It was the wife. Ended up of being my older children's 2nd grade teacher. He was just prosecuted, pled guilty, and sentenced. Inspected a car of a Pennsylvania senator that was killed in Broadheadsville and assisted with that one. This job is pretty difficult on family. The hours of our service, we work 3 to 11, 7 to 3, 3 to 11, 7 to 3, 3 to 11, 7 to 3. Average life of a policeman, 56. There's a lot of variables to that. Shootings, car accidents, heart attack. Last Sunday, 5 o'clock, an individual I worked with at Fernridge, 49 years old, at home, due to retire in 2 weeks, massive heart attack, died. This year, 67 police officers across the country have died as of August, a spike of 78% the first half of the year compared to 2015. My first encounter with the loss of the life of a policeman was 1997, Scott Gonzalez, trooper in New Jersey State Police. My station, 2009, Josh Miller. 2014, Brian Dixon, Bloomingburg. Kenny Snare last week. I've been shot at once. Kind of got me a little mad. Bullets are small, but. There's a saying, I'm not quite sure who said it, but we don't get paid for what we do, but what we might have to do. In part, for a code of honor, rather than swerve from the path of duty. There's 2 professions: a fireman, always running into a burning building; policeman, always running to the shots fired. When I took the test, 15,000 applicants. Today, 1,500. It's kind of disheartening. They came out with a college requirement now to become a trooper, and in part with that, views that I see, high school, college, the state police, carrying a gun, a badge, a lot of power. No work ethic, no people skills, can't speak, can't talk to somebody, can't communicate. Maybe some fear. I think that's an issue, maybe some education, but people don't realize. I would do the job over again in a heartbeat. Just got to go 9 months and 23 days. Thank you, Ethan.
Thank you.
Thank you.